Hey gamers, how's it going? Today I got a live twin deck profile for the Link Regulation event that's currently happening. It just started last night. I haven't played it that much yet, but I think live twins is a good fit for this event since it's really consistent deck and uses a lot of Link monsters, of course. So let's just get right into it. Um, I'll go through the deck profile and then I will explain what cards you need and what you don't need. So let's start with Max C. I mean, it's Max C. You have this in every deck. I don't really need to explain this. Um, Live Twin Kisakil. This is one of your starters. You normal summon this monster to start your combo. Um, Live Twin Leela is pretty much the same way. They have other effects that don't really matter as much. You just normal summon it, and then it starts your combo. Live Twin Leela Treat and Kisakil Frost. These are not starters. These are more extenders, but they have secondary effects that come up more often. But you can special summon these if you have one of the other ones on the field. So you can special summon Frost if you have a Lilla on the field, and you can special summon Treat if you have a Kisakil on the field. Then Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, another hand trap that's pretty self-explanatory. You run this in pretty much every deck. Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. This is another hand trap. There's a lot of hand traps in this deck. You can run a lot of stuff. This one, I like this one. It stops Called by the Grave as well as other graveyard effects. It's pretty nice to have. I was previously running Ghost Ogre and Snow. How do you spell it? Ogre. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. But I don't really know if that fits super well into the Link Regulation meta. But yeah, you can run that if you want. There's a lot of things you can swap out here, as we'll see later. Evil Twin Kisakil and Lila. This is like a boss monster. It's you run one of these. You don't need multiple. One is perfectly fine. Nibiru. I only have one of these. If I had three, I would run three. Uh, I think this is very good in this current event because I mean link summoning is just goes hand in hand with combo decks, and you're gonna be able to get this off pretty frequently. So if you have three of these, feel free to try and run three. I'm running three Lightning Storm. I'm running this as kind of a going second build, so this is a great card for that. If you don't have three Lightning Storm, you could run uh, like Raigeki, Feather Duster. Um, yeah, those cards are also great and fit the same kind of role. I was actually running two Raigeki and Feather Duster previously, but I switched over to Lightning Storm because um, I think this is just a better card if you're going second. Triple Tactics Talent. This card is another one not required at all, but it's a fun card. It's very useful. The main effect you're going to be using is the draw two, but if you don't need to draw any cards, you have plenty of cards to get your combo started and keep it going. You can look at your opponent's hand and choose one card to shuffle into the deck. This is super useful for this deck because you don't like to see Nibiru. So if you just look at their hand and remove their Nibiru, that's super useful for you. We actually used to run this with 3 Crossout Designator before it got limited. So this kind of helps cover that hole a little bit. Secret Password. This is one of the required cards. It just gets you your Live Twin Sunny Snitch, or it gets you a Live Twin Home if you want to run that. I personally don't love Live Twin Home, but it can be a starter if you need it to be. But yeah, this is great because it's also great for baiting out Ash Blossom, because a lot of times you'll have one of these and you'll already have like one of your starters in your hand, or you'll have the Sunny Snitch. So you can just use this, and sometimes they'll just Ash Blossom it, and then you can do your play without any hand traps. So that's pretty nice. Sunny Snitch, this one, It's a continuous spell, which is something to consider because that means it's going to stay on the field, and then you can no longer activate effects like Lightning Storm. So you want to do Lightning Storm before using Sunny Snitch. But that's not too big of a deal. Uh, it's just a searcher. It searches for any of your Kiseki or Lula monsters. I think any of them. I don't think it searches for this one, but that's okay. And it stays on the field. And while you have an Evil Twin on the field with this on the field, it does 200 burn damage every time they special summon, which can add up. It's small, but it adds up, and it's pretty useful. Um, Called by the Grave. This is self-explanatory. I run every deck. It's yeah. Cross-out Designator. This is mainly to protect you from Nibiru. Like I said, we would love to run 3 of these, but we can't anymore. So we still like to keep the 1 because it helps us out when we draw it. Forbidden Droplet. It doesn't have to be Forbidden Droplet, but the discarding effect helps you get around hand traps sometimes. So like, if you normal summon Kiseki, activates effect, it gets impermed. You can then, if they have a monster on the field, you can Forbidden Droplet, and then discard your Kiseki on the field, and then negate whatever monster, it doesn't matter. And then its effect still resolves, and it summons the Lila, and then Lila's effect goes off, and then you summon another Kiseki, and then you can go into your combo. So that's a pretty nice interaction that helps out the deck sometimes. And then last card is Infinite Impermanence. This is just a great hand trap, you know. It's a negate monster. Yeah. So we'll go into the extra deck real quick. Linkuriboh. I haven't used this yet. This is one of the cards I added because I had to take out my those Zeus package for the event. But I think this is probably useful if you get impermed and you have no way around it, and you just have a Kiseki on the field or something. You can go into Linkuriboh and kind of just go with that as like a sort of protection, I guess. Nightmare Phoenix. It's just another basic Link monster. This isn't required to the deck at all. IP Masquerena. This is another like. I haven't used this yet, but I know you can definitely use it to set up like a combo during your opponent's turn. Of course, I haven't done it yet though. This is just another new add to the deck. The main extra deck monsters, you got your Evil Twin Kiseki and your Evil Twin Leela. These summon each other. So this one, and you want 3 of both. I guess you could run 2 of each, but I mean you have all the room in the extra deck. You might as well run 3 for this event at least. So yeah, you just once you get both these on the field, you link someone into Kiseki or Leela, depending on which effect you want. This is just for your starting combo. Then let's say you summon into Kiseki, then you can summon the Live Twin Leela from the deck. Then you can link summon the Kiseki Leela into the Evil Twin Leela, and you can special summon the Evil Twin Kiseki from the graveyard, and then it activates effect, draw a card. If you do it the other way around, and you end on special summoning Leela from the graveyard, you get to pop a card on your opponent's side of the field. Actually, on either side of the field, but mainly you want to use this for your opponent's side of the field, of course. And yeah, that's sort of how that combo works. After that, you can link summon those 2 monsters into Evil Twin Trouble Sunny. This card you kind of need to run 3 of. You could potentially run 2 if you really don't have the materials. You could run Pot of Avarice to get it back into the extra deck, but you can't like recycle this easily, so you need to have 3. Um, yeah, I'll explain what this does in a second. I'll just keep going down the list. Nightmare Unicorn. This is another just generic Link monster, but this one's actually pretty important to a specific combo where you can go into Unchained Abomination. And yeah, so I'll explain that combo later in one of the examples here. Unchained Abomination against part of that same combo, but this one you just get to pop a lot of monsters, a lot of cards on the field. With this card's effect combined with Lila's effect, it's really good. And yeah, Evil Twins Trouble Sunny. I will explain what this card does. It's 3,300 attack, which is already pretty big. It can has a quick effect, where it can special summon both your Evil Twin Kisakil and Evil Twin Lila from the graveyard. So it tributes itself, goes to the graveyard, then summons these two. So because it's a quick effect, you can actually do this during the battle phase. So you can attack for 3,300, then get 2 more monsters on the field, each for 1,100. That's 5,500 damage total. Also, you get to get both these effects off. So you get a pop and a draw when you activate Trouble Sunny's effect. Note that these effects are once per turn for Lila and Kisakil, both where it can summon the partner from the graveyard and the draw and pop effects. And I believe this one is also once per turn. You can only use each effect of Trouble Sunny once per turn. The other effect of Trouble Sunny is that you can banish this card from your graveyard to get a non-targeting send to the graveyard effect on one of your opponent's cards. I think it's any card on the field. Yep. So this is great for removing cards that can be difficult to remove. So that's really nice. But you have to send a monster from the I think from the deck to the graveyard. Basically, send this from the deck to the graveyard. Evil Twin, Kisakil, and Lila. And don't worry about being able to summon it. You can summon it from the graveyard, so it's totally fine just sending it straight to the graveyard. And last card we have here is Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. It's just another generic Link monster, but it's really useful here. You can, if you don't know, this card can use one of your opponent's monsters as Link material. It does require 4+ effect monsters, so that means you can't just have like both your Evil Twins on the field plus one of your opponent's monsters. You need to have one more monster in there somewhere. But when this does come up, it's pretty useful. It also it turns off all your opponent's card effects, right? If this card is Link summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. Yeah, so I think that's kind of like a Dark Ruler No More effect. Pretty nice. And yeah, that's the deck. Real quick, I'm gonna tell you what cards here are optional, because a lot of them are optional. You don't need these. Don't need these. Don't need these. No, you do need that. Oh, actually, maybe you don't. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. You do need that. An extra deck. Boom. This is the Live Twin, like, main engine. These are the only cards you really need. So you can see here, you only need, what's that, 7 ultra rares. This one you could get rid of, but you lose the access to the non-targeting send effect, so you kind of need it. And like I said, if you want to try Pot of Avarice with like 1 or 2 Trouble Sunnies, you could, but it's pretty tough. And honestly, if you are really trying to spend no gems on this, no UR materials, I mean, you could skip the secret password, but I would not recommend it because it becomes a lot less consistent when you're not running the secret passwords. Yeah, so what's great about this deck is these are all starters. Well, not all of them. This is a starter, this is a starter, this is a starter, this is a starter. These are not starters. So that's what, 12 starting cards. You're gonna draw into one of these most of the time, so it doesn't brick very often. Alright, so here we got the first replay. In this replay, I like this replay because it really shows just how having such a small and concise engine really helps. Really helps you because you have so much room for other cards, mostly hand traps. So this starting hand, we have um, two hand traps, and we got cross out, called by. We're actually going first this duel. This deck doesn't mind if it goes first or second. It does pretty well, regardless. So you might think this is kind of a meh hand because, like, especially going first, because I only have the Sunny Snitch, but it doesn't matter. It's a one card starter, like most of this deck is. So we activate Sunny Snitch. We grab our Lila, activate Lila's effect. They activate Max C, which we don't like to see, so I'm just going to hit that with the Ash Blossom, so you don't have to worry about that. Then we get our Kisukil on the field, and we start our Link Summoning. I'm going to go into the Evil Twin Kisukil first here, because I want to have the draw, not the pop effect. So we activate its effect, get the Live Twin Lila on the field, then Link Summon into the Evil Twin Lila. Now we activate the Evil Twin Lila's effect to get to the Evil Twin Kisukil, and then we activate the effect, draw a card. We get another Ash Blossom, which is really nice for the follow-up turn. Then we Link Summon into Trouble Sunny, and we set our cards and pass our turn. That's pretty much your go-to turn one. So they summon Rescue Cat, and I don't like that effect, so I'm just going to Called By. He activates Tri-Brigade Karas. I don't know what that does, but I do know that you want to negate Tri-Brigade Nerval, so I do. And he doesn't like that, so they try to use Called By the Grave. However, I have Cross-Out Designator, so I'm going to use that and make sure to stop his play right there. And yep, and they just pass their turnover with a very suboptimal play. So you can see here, the hand traps in this deck really allow you to shut down your opponent's plays effectively if you use them correctly. So it's really nice to have, you know, a lot of one card starters and then just a ton of hand traps. So yeah, this is your battle phase. You use Trouble Sunny, attack with it. Then you use Special Summon Lila and Kisukil, attack with them. And then you, oh, here I actually forgot. Normally, you want to summon another Trouble Sunny before you pass your turn. But yeah, you get a free draw, you get a free pop, and then you get to go back into Trouble Sunny. I think he actually just scoops here. Yep. So it didn't matter, but yeah, this sort of showed your starting combo, and really showed how you can effectively shut down your opponent using hand traps. Alright gamers, for our last replay here, I went ahead and did this in solo mode because I couldn't find a great example of this showing up in a match today. I wanted to get this video out soon, so alright, this is perfect. So you have to, you do your turn one play, whatever, you get Trouble Sunny on the field. This is usually how you end turn one. At the end phase of their turn, you can activate Trouble Sunny. This way, you get all these effects, and these are once per turn, so you can get this during their turn. It's always nice to have. We get a pop and a draw. So, pop one of their back row. It doesn't matter what, because we're popping everything. Alright, and now I'll show how to do the combo with Nightmare Unicorn and Unchained Abomination. So you want to start by taking, I'm pretty sure it could be any monster, any normal summon, but we could do a special summon and we don't even need to normal summon at all here. So we could potentially extend our play if we get interrupted. We can still have our normal summon, whatever. So you you want to link summon into Nightmare Unicorn using whatever other monster you summoned and Evil Twin Kisakil. We can then activate the effect, but in this example I'm not going to. So just remember that's one spin. We could have spun a card back to the deck if we wanted to. And then you activate Leela's effect. You can't do this on turn 1 when you're first setting up because the summon back effect can only be used once per turn, which is why it has to be done on turn 3 or 4, or anytime past that. Activate the effect, sure, just draw a card. And then we link summon into the Unchained Abomination, and we want to specifically use the Evil Twin Leela as material. And then we can activate Kisakil's effect and get Leela back. Then we activate Leela's effect to get a pop. And then Unchained Abomination's effect can activate and get another pop. They're gonna activate this effect, but I don't think that really matters. But yeah, you get the idea. So in this one turn we had a spin, we had 2 pops. With Unchained Abomination's effect we actually get a pop at the end phase too. So awesome. And then you also, in addition, you have Trouble Sunny's Graveyard effect, where you can get a non-targeting send. And now we got both Unchained Abomination and Evil Twin's Trouble Sunny on the field. And this is enough damage to OTK. So we attack with Unchained Abomination, Trouble Sunny. We activate Trouble Sunny and get our damage. So, as you can see, this is a very powerful combo that lets you pop a bunch of cards. Alright. They activated whatever this is, so I can't finish the game here, but you get the point. I'm really just trying to show off the combo here. This battle doesn't really matter. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I am going to be streaming today after this video goes up. It'll be around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not going to be streaming Master Duel, but stop by anyways. Remember, let me know if you want to see any more deck profiles like this. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow the Twitch, hit the bell. You know the drill. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time.